think you might have to do the intro.
I got you. What's going on, people? What's going on, people? We are live. We're back, baby. Chaos Coach Radio. We back at it here this Monday afternoon, Monday evening. So, hey, guys, if you, oh, my bad, my speaker. So, guys, if you not have so, y'all new, please hit the subscribe button. Make sure you hit the like button and make sure you hit the notification button on the right-hand corner because we do go live Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays, 6 o'clock p.m. Eastern Time. As we always be here to show you guys love and support, and we do what we do. So thank you for guys for tuning into Chaos Culture Radio. Right now, Ronnie, he's going to be out for a little bit. He had a little slight delay of his flight. Over the weekend, he was hanging out with your boys. And so, he had a great time. We chill, we relax, to show him a good time experience. But he will be back Wednesday. So but that being said, what's going on with Hakeem? How you feeling, man? How you been?
Oh, man, I'm doing good, man. Just taking it one day at a time, trying to survive the heat. That's all that is.
Hey, man, I feel you, man. Same thing over here, man. The heat's a little bit crazy, but we handle it. But let's go. Let's get it. What's going on? Just hear me out. See you in the chat, man. Good to hear from you.
Good to hear, brother.
From you. Yes, sir. But we're gonna get right into the topic, y'all. We're gonna get right to the topic. So we can have some more updates about the Carlee Russell. We had to talk about this again. It's been told that her lawyer has said that this it was a hoax. And for me, I was wrong. I ain't gonna just hear me out. I'll just let you know I was wrong. I admit I was wrong. I was just hoping she wasn't lying, but found out she was lying. So we got some more updates. But since the last live stream we did with the Carlee Russell situation, we got a little more updates. We do have a video of her lawyer was saying like it was a hoax. We're gonna play that, and also a couple of videos on that. And also, she got we found out she got fired from her job. Because her employers, everybody was pissed at her to make a hoax like that. And also, they showed her how she planned it and everything, how she was looking on Google, looking at looking at Taken, like the movie and everything, and how set up a kidnapping and everything, which is just, I don't know if it was mental illness, whatever, but I don't even know if she's gonna come out do an interview or come out on social media and explain what she did. Because I think a lot of people really want to hear from us, like I said, well, why would she do something like that? Especially, for Black women, as in, it's a lot of sex trafficking that's high in a Black community, especially with Black women and Black girls and everything. Which of the topics going to talk about is, has Carlee Russell set Black women back, from not being taken seriously? Because, a lot of, since, people was found out it was a hoax, a lot of Black women was held her accountable. Like extremely hold her accountable and everything, because it's a serious situation. It's a serious topic. When you put yourself out there and you try to tell the story, which you find out it was a hoax and everything. That's set Black women. White media is not gonna take y'all seriously. And the thing is, we don't have the Black media to really put that on or say to find if a Black woman or a Black teenager woman that's missing and everything, and that's gonna cause a real big problem in the white media, and and it hurts for Black women. It really hurts. So we're gonna play a couple videos for you guys, and after that we're gonna get right into it. We're gonna talk about it. We're gonna talk about the Carlee Russell really set Black women back of taking you guys seriously. Go ahead, Hakeem.
Received a statement from Mr. Emery Anthony, attorney for Carlee Russell. Mr. Anthony has scheduled a meeting for Carlee to meet with investigators early this afternoon, but then I received an email stating that a statement was being provided by him on her behalf. Mr. Anthony asked that I read the statement in its entirety, which I will do now. My client has given me permission to make the following statement on her behalf. There was no kidnapping on Thursday, July 13th, 2023. My client did not see a baby on the side of the road. My client did not leave the Hoover area when she was identified as a missing person. My client did not have any help in this incident, but this was a single act done by herself. My client was not with anyone or any hotel with anyone during the time she was missing. My client apologizes for her actions to this community, the volunteers who were searching for her, to the Hoover Police Department and other agencies, as well as to her friends and family. We ask for your prayers for Carlee as she addresses her issues and attempts to move forward, understanding that she made a mistake in this matter. Carlee, again, ask for your forgiveness and prayers. We have a meeting scheduled with Mr. Anthony to further discuss this case. Today I've talked to and received a statement from Mr. Emery Anthony, attorney for Carlee Russell. Mr. Anthony has scheduled a meeting for Carlee to meet with investigators early this afternoon, but then I received an email stating that a statement was being provided by him on her behalf. Mr. Anthony asked that I read the statement in its entirety, which I will do now. My client has given me permission to make the following statement on her behalf.
Well, it's now been over a week since Carlee Russell returned home after vanishing for more than 2 days.
Since then, police say Russell has only given one statement to Hoover Police, and investigators haven't been able to verify the information she's given them.
The news of Carlee Russell's return home has garnered strong reaction from community members, especially parents who have lost their own child to violent crimes. WBTM 13's Chip Scarborough is live in Hoover tonight after speaking with one mom who is not holding back. Chip.
Well, Gladys and Jarvis, Shay Pilkington Wiley's daughter, Madison Pilkington, was murdered here in Hoover 18 months ago. She calls Carlee Russell's alleged actions disrespectful to parents who have lost children to violence. She also calls those alleged actions disrespectful to parents who are still searching for their missing children.
It breaks my heart for Angela to go out there and have to relive everything.
Shay Pilkington Wiley became emotional when asked about Angela Harris's involvement in the search for Carlee Russell. Harris's daughter, Anaya Blanchard, was kidnapped and killed in the fall of 2019. Pilkington Wiley experienced a similar tragedy in January of last year when her daughter, Madison Pilkington, was found beaten to death in her Hoover apartment.
I was calling, I was texting, those unanswered messages, all those kind of things that you initially start doing, and I'm sure her parents were doing.
In a lengthy Facebook post, Shay Pilkington Wiley wrote, quote, Carlee Russell disrespected every parent that has lost a child. She disrespected every one of our children, the child you couldn't get in touch with that horrific evening, the unanswered calls that kept going to voicemail.
Her actions with her being safe the entire event is disrespectful to all of the boys and the girls, the adults, children that have gone missing, that didn't make it home, that are still gone, or maybe came home, but they didn't come home alive.
Shay Pilkington Wiley says an apology from Carlee Russell to those who searched for her and to those who have lost children would be helpful in trying to move forward.
She needs to admit to what she did.
And despite feeling the way she does, Shay Pilkington Wiley says she is glad Carlee Russell is home with her family, but she says those alleged actions sure brought up some painful memories for her and other parents. Live in Hoover tonight, Chip Scarborough, WBTM 13.
Chip, thanks. Now, Wiley has since started a nonprofit in honor of her daughter, Madison. It aims to help those who find themselves victims of domestic violence. To learn more, visit the website on your screen, madisonsaves.org.
Know that. But I think what people are not talking about that I'm even more disappointed in is the fact that we are continuing, even in this unfortunate situation, we are continuing to perpetuate the fact that black women are not allowed to make any mistakes. And I know as soon as I say that comment, somebody's going to say, well, she did it, so she should have known, da 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 da. We're all human. Right? And I think when we get online and I'm seeing these bullying comments, the nasty things, calling for her death, her jail, her to get her ass beat. Okay? The amount of things that I am seeing that people are saying, y'all act like she's not human. And really, this goes back to the fact that in this country, we are treated, as black women specifically, as less than human. But when we recreate this within our own community, okay, because I'm talking to us, when we recreate this in our own community by not giving her any grace, guidance, space, right, to be human, when we want to take this moment to make ourselves feel like we have some power by saying what type of punishment that we would enforce on her, as if you have any control of what is going to happen to this woman in her life, it's disgusting. And I don't think we realize how programmed that we have become, that when we see someone that is black that looks like us and they make a mistake and we hold them to the same unrealistic standards that we're held to every day. I'm not saying that she's not wrong. I'm not saying that what she did will not have a drastic impact, because people will always go back to this story and say this is why they can't believe black women. And I understand that. But in that, right, let's take this moment to not perpetuate even more that black women are, we don't have feelings, that we don't see stuff like that and it affects us. We're calling for her mental health. Somebody's calling for her mental health and people are saying, well, she should have thought about that. We are human. We mess up. We feel. And as a black woman, I also want to protect other black women. It's okay to be disappointed, but don't hold this woman at the stake, because you don't have no heaven or hell to put her in. Let's lift her up. Let's hope for the best. And let's hope that the karma don't take her down more than what it probably already will. That's all we can do. But we are human. We mess up. That does not make our experiences invalid.
So that's a couple of videos that we played for you guys. And I'm going to pass it to you, Akeem. What's your take on this Carlee Russell update? Did she set black women back?
Yeah, 100%. I don't give a hell what the person said in the last video. I want the heavy hand of the law to be slapped down. From a person who's been in the judicial system, knowing I've done something wrong, I want, there has to be consequences. When somebody let's hear this out for a minute. As serious as this country is when we comes to judging people, when a person makes a false statement towards a black person, we want the heavy law on the white person, right? I need the same type of energy. Let's get this out the way. The same time when they make false statements or false great statements on people, this right here, we cannot let this thing slide. Because you want to know why? When we're clamping down on Karens, clamping down on this, trying to do, and listen, we should. This is totally flabbergasting. Saying that she's human, we need to make mistakes. I make mistakes and I pay for my mistakes I've made. That's what makes you a better person. She lost her job. That's cool. That's not enough. It's people who I know personally who kids can't come home. And then, when you go up there, you file the 48 hours to find a missing person. Some counties say we don't have the money to invest searching for people. You know how many people was out there looking for her? I just looked at that and I said an estimate had to be at least $300,000 in monetary value of people was out there. Listen, go to Walmart. You see all the pictures of all the Hispanic, white, and black kids who you can't find. talking about we can't wishing for no. She need to go to jail. She need to be working at Checkers for the rest of her life. And I'm not saying that. And I'm just saying, because listen here. America is a place of opportunities and consequences. You just like we talk bad about gangsters and gangbangers, this is serious. Because there's ramifications behind this that we don't even know what's going to happen yet.
Yeah, you're right about that, Hakeem. Before I go, I want to say shout out to Sherry Bryan's always in the chat. Shout out to
And
Natasha
Sky.
Vision, Sky, Judge Jay. We appreciate you guys for coming. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Now here I go. Like I said, me and Ronnie, we try to defend this woman. We try to believe that she been kidnapped. Was there a possibility it was a hoax? Oh, absolutely, absolutely. I did have questions about that. But now, just day by after, we did a live stream, and the day after day after day, we keep finding out, it's leaning towards more than a hoax of a story. It's very, very, very disappointing. It's very, very, very disappointing. And I'm kind of agree with you. I came like stuff like this. Apology is cool and everything, but stuff like this is like, you need to go to jail.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm not saying going to prison or anything, but you need to go to jail. Maybe at the max 90 days, 120 days, 160 days, because what you did especially in the white media, and how people invest money just to look for you, and how Hakeem said a lot of people was really, really searching for you. A lot of Black women was supporting them. A lot of women activists was trying to support this and find out it was a hoax. And just to say it, and you just come out with your lawyer to just apologize, it's a hoax, and just really do your research of how how to get taken or how to get kidnapped and everything, and you want to make a false call and there wasn't a kid there. That it's just all this stuff that you're saying. Replications like, yo, man, this you really went to the very, very extreme at this and really try to make this as a story. And what you did is, like I said, you put Black women back 15, maybe 20 years. And even and the thing is though, and even though in America or in the world in general, they don't take Black women seriously. What you just did is like you just put a stamp right there and say, hey, it's like you just booked it right there. You really booked it and say, hey, Black women are for other people's other races eyes, like Black women are nothing. And it's sad to see. It's very, very sad to see, and I'm like I said, I'm extremely disappointed, and it's just, it just hurts. It hurts. Like I said, it's like all these, Black women that are, they're being kidnapped, using sex trafficking in major cities in Miami, Houston, LA, Atlanta, New York, Chicago, Detroit. All those women that we don't, like I said, we like 90% of the time, if they're gone, they're gone. You're not gonna see them again. And you got mothers and parents and cousins, going to the police station, try to put like a police report, putting up flyers or putting up flyers up to on Instagram or on Instagram stories, Facebook stories, and hey, this person says been missing since 2 weeks ago or a month ago. If you have any information, please contact us. These are real families. Black families are going through these serious problems, and they have their child been missing for months, weeks, months, years, 10 years, 15 years. No, she's dead or alive. It's extremely disappointing, and I agree with you, Hakeem. She needs to be in jail. I'm not saying prison. She needs to be in jail. You're doing it 90 days or 120 days because what you did was uncalled for. You haven't done uncalled for.
The same kind of and let me tell you something, and you're right, Sherry Bryan, it's so embarrassing. Natasha, how you doing? Shout outs to everybody in the chat. Here's the thing. We're in a state right now where we're trying to correct actions. Just like we're trying to correct people who film us or cause us problems, we need to do that for the same thing in our own community at times. We need to hold people accountable. There has to be a code of conduct. I can't give you no prayers when people who are actually losing people, and mind you, here's the funny thing about this. Knowing that this was still a hoax, people have still forgiven her. The lady whose daughter has been kidnapped and all this stuff like that, she say, I'm happy that she's home. I'm happy that she's home. In her heart, her daughter can't come home no more. You know what I'm trying to say? The amount of time and effort I seen let's give a shout out to the Hoover police. Let's give a shout out to the Hoover police for them putting their effort in. We already know Alabama's a funny place. We know Alabama's a funny place. I've been there. Birmingham, Montgomery. It's a funny place. But to the point, to this example, that to see that they went out there and looked at work, it wasn't about race. It was about trying to bring this girl home. And sometimes we're wondering, when do we blur the lines on certain things? When do we have to say this and that? And I'm not saying that, you know what I mean? That's why I say Alabama is a funny place. You know what I mean? But today, the Hoover police was out there in large numbers. They combed the area in 5 football fields. 5 football fields. We did extensive work on this.
Yep.
Look at this. He said, I just looked at the statement up. It ends up with, we ask for your prayers for Carlee as she addresses her issues and attempts to move forward, understanding that she made a mistake in this match. Oh, Lord Jesus. I made mistakes. I made mistakes in my life. And they didn't say the mistakes I went was jail time.
Right. You had consequences that you had to do. And there's always consequences of stuff that you do in a certain matter.
Ramifications. Brother, ramifications. As soon as that situation was ending, I couldn't even get no job after that, and I was qualified. But they asking for prayers. When the white Karen goes and say he did something to me, no, we want some justice on that. But we if she asks for forgiveness, we be like, nah. Put the heavy hand of the law, and I want you to put the heavy hand of the law. But I need the same for the goofies who's around me. I need it to be so bad that she can't. I need it to be so bad that she has to do community service behind this. I'm not saying we're not gonna forgive her. We're human, but there has to be some retribution behind this. Because you want to know why? I want Hoover police to be out there for every missing kid like they did for her. I'm tired of something has to be a publicity stunt for police to go out there and do their work, and they went and did their work. We're not gonna get it out there. And let's give a shout out to the people of Hoover who was out there combing, next door neighbors and all that. The fact that this was premeditated is ridiculous.
Yep. And the thing is, Hakeem, I hope they don't do this, but I feel like, especially we're in 2023 with the social media, especially in TikTok, I can see this make people making this as a TikTok challenge.
Yeah.
And to me, TikTok, I think it's a bunch of people being jackasses. Because like I said, every time I see people do TikTok challenges and everything, it reminds me of, you remember Jackass on MTV?
Yeah.
That's what remind me of jackasses. And I feel like they're gonna turn this into a trend on TikTok, and and the thing is, it shouldn't be that way. It should not be that way. It's just very, very sad to see, man. And the thing, and like I said, it's like, like I said, for me, like I said, she needs to go to jail. But the thing still not. But I feel like with the white media, it's not going. They're not gonna even flinch or look at if a black person is missing. And I'm not talking about just local news. I'm talking about also, CNN, CBS, NBC, all that. Now it's gonna really point to like small little content creators like us. Hopefully, try to build, as being a black media, a big black media. Because the thing is, it's like, if a black woman is missing, or a black teenager is missing, you can't call it a white media no more. It's like you got to look at black media, and we have very little black media on that, and that's why for us as Care Coach Rare, we're trying to build on that so we can have the voice, we can put stuff like this of if a black woman is missing, or a black teenager is missing, because like I said, the black woman, they like I said, they the lowest, and people look at them as the lowest. And it's just very extremely disappointing to see stuff, make a hoax like that. It's just too damn goofy too, in a way. I don't like that goofy shit. I don't like that, man. I really don't.
It's so bad, brothers and sisters, that I look at this and I say to myself, like, hey, where have we gone ourselves to? You know what I mean? Where have we gone ourselves to? The way, listen, the way, let me read what Natasha said real quick. She said, also a mistake is one. She made several dozen mistakes in the course of a weekend. Now, mind you, if she would have did that date and came back that same day, we would have got over it. You feel me? The manpower, yeah, we would have got over it. Like, yeah, she was on her bullshit. We would have just chucked it up, like, without the millions of dollars was spent by the Hoover police, or the $300,000 for them to go look at it. We would have said she came back that day, she's all right, but she tried to keep on the lie, just as what it is, and it's crazy. You know what I mean? The clowns already think it's a comical, and black women sharing and joking what she did. No, we need to have an intervention. She said, well, CNN, NBC, and CBS, they are already patronizing. Facts. And this is just crazy, man. Listen, the way heavy-handed is, oh, like she can't make a mistake. This is not a mistake you make. Just like when a Karen go out here and say when they profiling, we don't say she made a mistake. We want that heavy hand of the law. No, yeah. We need the heavy hand of the law. Listen, when they went and locked up Andrew Geiger, that lady in Houston who shot who went in the wrong apartment, she apologized. She said, "I'm sorry." They was like, "No, we need jail time." I say, "No problem." I ain't say nothing. I just was like this.
Same thing. The officer in Minnesota who shot the black teen as well.
She apologized. We say, "No, we want jail time." I say, "No pressure, no pressure. That's what y'all want. We gonna do it. This time we need to hold that same energy." Just cause she, you know what I mean? No. When the dude in Chicago got knocked down, and everybody said that's what you get for putting your hands on a woman, we didn't say nothing. I say, let's do it. Let's do it. I kept my lips sealed. I say, I'm not gonna say nothing. Y'all say y'all want the help. Y'all want it. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Went for a burger but left with wings. The jokes was out. We didn't say nothing. We was like, yep. More than brains. What are you talking about? Shout outs to the Twitch streamer. We're talking about the Carlee Russell saga out of Hoover, Alabama.
Yeah. How her lawyer just came out today. I found out, she was lying. It was a hoax.
And let's get this straight. Why did she come out there personally? Why did she have a lawyer come? Because you want to know why? The family did not want their baby to go to jail. That's why they got a lawyer. Do you remember the incident in North Carolina with the lacrosse boys had got caught up in that scandal, the grape scandal. You remember that? I know a lot of y'all remember what I'm talking about.
Yes, sir.
And when it came to find out she was lying, it was a bunch of, listen, it was a bunch of white boys. And there was this one black girl. She's, and I don't know what happened after they did their research. But we was rallying behind, rallying. Come to find out, I was like, oh man.
Yeah, and the thing is, Hakeem, you're gonna have certain country kids who have a field who don't like black women, and you know that they're gonna have a field day with this. You know, they just go straight up clowning her. You know, as we all know, Candace Owens, she's straight up clowning. You know, we tired of hearing her voice, but you add something like this to that pot, she's gonna drag that shit on and on and on.
Could we even blame Candace Owens now? We just gave a few.
Exactly. Now she just putting more fuel into the fire and burning it up.
He said, just hear me out say, where all these people, compassionate people, outcries in the support of Sherry Pimpin when she was prosecuted? Just hear me out. You got a point.
You got a point. And I want to say this, Hakeem, to the boyfriend too. He had to know. He had to know, because the thing is, we don't know if she's mentally ill, something like that. But he had to know that she was planning this. There's no way she could shoot a hold this by herself. She has to tell somebody, and I'm pretty sure the boyfriend had knew about this as well.
Yeah. Now, here's the thing.
What's going on, Barry White? Shout out to Barry White. What's up, Barry White?
Shout outs to Barry White. How you doing, Queen? Shout outs to you, Barry White. I want to take this. Just Hear Me Out brought a name up just now. I need to read this real quick. Sherry Pipin, the California mother who faked her own kidnapping in 2016 in a hoax that was exposed with the help of advanced DNA technology, was sentenced to 1.5 years in prison, according to the release of the department. Listen now. She was also ordered to pay nearly $310,000 in restitution.
Damn.
Just Hear Me Out put that out.
Damn.
For faking her own kidnapping. This, you know what I'm trying to say? And listen, I don't want to bring the whole race component in this, but this was a white woman. This was a white woman. We want justice, but we also want shit to be fair.
Yeah. I agree, Hakeem, because you just can't let that slide.
No,
we can't. We cannot let that slide.
Whatever strive we're trying to do to progress as a people, whatever strive as women are doing to be accepted, to be acknowledged, to be protected, to the cries they're hearing of being propagated. Because listen, those cries cannot go ignored. But this situation clouds those. They suppress those voices. In Cincinnati, St. Louis, Columbus, there's girls missing every day. They got it bad over there. There's not enough press.
Who said it on the live stream that like Ohio is like the worst state of kidnapping? I forgot who said it. Somebody said it.
It was somebody who said that, yeah.
Yeah.
Listen, she said she was kidnapped by 2 Hispanic women while driving around listening to mariachi music, and she kept falling asleep. This was talking about Sherry Pompanino. And you want to know something? The heavy hand of the law was on her, and thank God it did that. But we need the same energy. We need the same energy on this one.
And I'm gonna read this stat right now. Since 2020, nearly 100,000 women of color, which is Black women, has been missing since 2020. 100,000.
Imagine the amount of pressure Carlee Russell would have devoted to the whole 100,000. One case at a time. 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 But we said we need to forgive her because she made a mistake.
I mean, I can forgive her, but she needs to suffer the consequences as well.
No, definitely.
Like I said, she needs to put like some serious consequences because you stuff like that. You just, I don't know, but I can't think of a person that could just do that. You know, who looked like she's like a thing. She had a good job. Riding a Mercedes, she had a red Mercedes. I saw the Mercedes. The Mercedes is nice.
Oh no, it was nice.
Look like it's 2022, 2023. Like she just got that, like just copped it.
She was doing well for herself. She was doing very well for herself. We was praising her. We was like, a red Mercedes? This wasn't somebody who came from no poor home, who her mother and father was there. A lot of people was criticizing the father too. Because during this whole ordeal, he didn't say not one word. He did not say not one word. He didn't utter one word, which we know what his stance at the house is. We need to be very serious on how we conduct ourselves out here in public. As we trying to fight for equality, as we trying to fight for respect and fight for the love and aspiration of our own women, my ladies, we can't do it. You women have to take charge in doing it, because a person like me would say something. They say, you don't know nothing. Shut your mouth. Because I don't know the experience of a woman. I can't say nothing about that. I don't know how it feels to go to a place and to feel like my life might be losing tonight. I'm a dude. I can handle myself.
Yeah, just hear me. Y'all said her boyfriend deleted her off his social media on Saturday. Now he's out there again on Twitter or whatever today saying don't bully her. We're not bullying. We're not trying to bully her, but she needs to suffer the consequences. Because like I said, dude, you have to know. Like I said a few minutes ago, you had to know about it.
Yeah, you had to know.
You had to.
You had to know about it. And mind you, she probably did it for your goofy ass. I hope you watching that, you goofy Alabama dude.
Yeah, because that's true. That could be the case. I could definitely see that point.
He probably did it because of you. That don't make it I'm gonna blame you, but you need to hold her accountable, goofy. There's people out here getting messed up around here. I can go to the amount of stories of women getting missing, can't come home. Girls getting snatched up by 7-Eleven. Somebody just going up to the supermarket. You can't find them. Little girls getting on the party line. Getting on the dating website, meeting goofies. You can't find them.
Or go to the club. Oh, I just saw the video. I think it was on World Star of a guy who slipped a drink in a black woman's. I don't know if you've seen Hakeem. It was a guy, looked like he was Hispanic. And he was dancing by her, and and the black girl was chilling, and he went and just slipped us up in her drink, and the water fell and everything. You can see that stuff.
Listen, you're right. You remember when we did the Mercedes Moore saga? Remember that?
Yep. I remember.
Then you also remember when we did with the girl who left, the strip club with the Nigerian guy, and she never came. They still ain't found her body.
Exactly. We still don't know.
We know she's not here on this planet no more. They got the Nigerian guy. They got him, but we can't find that girl body. And she was from Los Angeles. You know that, right?
Yep.
And these are people who was not broke. And I'm just saying to the point, we holding everybody accountable.
All right. And the thing is, not just that. And Ronnie, he says this all the time on the podcast. Black women are under attack by men, especially black men. Remember, we just did a piece on the chick from Africa. The boyfriend who just mauled her to death.
Check this out. But it wasn't well enough for her. She wanted a main line of fame. Look at her photos. that were readily available. She absolutely loved social media exposure. You're 100% right. Barry White mentioned a statement that people need to listen here, because I know people who was I've met people who was affected by this. If you ever leave a drink, don't drink it.
That's true. If you ain't giving your drink to your friends or to your boyfriend, husband, or whatever, I agree with that statement 100%.
Listen, how many times you in the club, a dude buys you a drink, pops something, you goes to the bathroom, he walks right behind you. We know that story all the time. We seen that.
Yep.
Do you remember we did the little story about the girl who was in the bathroom with the black dude? She said she was drunk out of her mind. And he was in the bathroom doing it to her in the back. We was holding that goofy accountable. We say he needs to go to jail. It was a black dude with dreads. We say put him in jail. He said, well, I ain't do nothing wrong. It was consensual. No, goofy. What's the difference with this? He said, I volunteer a safety test of all alcoholic beverages for everyone at any time. 100%. Nigga, listen. Natasha Vincent say, better yet, don't drink. Better still, don't go to clubs. Shout outs to Team Stay Inside. Facts. I probably need a drink, at least 1/4 to be sure. Yo, you have to change. But listen here. Yo, Jordan, you remember the roofie era? I grew up in the roofie era.
Mm-hmm.
Roofies, listen. Roofies were big here in Miami. A lot of girls got messed up behind that. A lot of girls ain't, listen, there's some girls who's in their 40s now, still ain't right from that era. Going to the club, a dude buy him a drink, he pop a roofie, she don't know what happened. This is why when Rick, listen, this is why when, hold on, we go to stage. Don't know why you two recommended me, since I don't know what y'all been, but I've been hemorrhaging and I don't know why wait about it. I'm trying to figure out if I should use a cream. Oh my God.
Oh Lord.
Yeah. I need to stop watching YouTube. Brother, you need some amoxicillin.
Yes, sir. But thank you for watching us. Appreciate it. New subscriber, we appreciate you. Drink
more water. I'm trying to drink more water. I'm in the sauna here. My AC don't work. So yeah. He's talking about the guy. Listen, the troll. I know, but here's the thing, though. It's a sad situation we in. That this girl did. No, she did. She not only set black women back, she set women in general who constantly get abused, raped, essayed, and everything, and people don't believe them. Girl, did you know what you just did? Did you know what your family just did? You had a whole community supported you behind this. In a place where it's funny. Alabama is a funny place. Hoover out of all places.
And Mississippi.
Listen. You talking about as she's trying to navigate, yeah, you lost your job. It's bad publicity. You a nurse. Ain't she an AKA?
I don't know that. I'm gonna look that up.
And listen here.
That would be terrible. That would be terrible.
And listen here. As women is trying to find a way. You feel me? Find a way to try to get the more respect that they deserve. To try to get the more respect that they will. And listen here, I didn't want to.
Yeah, she is. AKA, she is. You're right.
Yeah. They said they get him. Yeah. Hey, she's always been the background music. Hello. So here's the thing. I want to even talk. Listen, I want to even bring this as an example to this. Look what's going on with Jessie Hilarious, and they trying to cancel her.
Fair point.
Nobody's running behind Jessie Hilarious, and she's fighting for a cause that is serious. I'm even scared to say it on YouTube because I don't want the stream to get banned. Jessie Hilarious is fighting a real fight, a black woman, for biological rights. Let's be careful.
And I want to say this, like I said to women, like I said, it's might not showing it now, but it's this year and next year. You gotta watch for yourself because it's going to be a battle, and it's definitely going to be a battle. You're going to see a lot of, I don't want to say it, but it's black women. It's like I said, you definitely going to be under attack of what we see with Jess Hilarious is going through. Go ahead,
Hey, Urban Noise in Fresh Sound, Florida. Yeah, Carlee Russell had apologized, but it's not done. We need the heavy hand of the law on her. We need restitution. We need a 95 in jail. What about the Jussie Smollett? He had a yo-yo string nose around his neck, and MAGA knows how to make a real loose. Mean streets. I can't. I'm not going to debate you with that. I can't. I look like a fool if I debate this statement because what you're saying is facts. As bad as that, what he said, make my stomach hurt. Because you want to know why? We've been trying to fight this situation. Jussie Smollett made that shit a joke with two Nigerians, two bodybuilding Nigerians.
Hey, and they put the law on him too. He went to jail. He went to jail for 24 hours, but they put the law on him and everything.
They did put the law on Jussie Smollett, but it wasn't enough. He didn't do enough jail time. We trying to put Karens away. We need to put you liars away too. Karens and liars need to be in the same cell. Give a F about what race you is. If you doing something goofy, I need you in there. I don't care if you was my own brother. We don't respect none of that. And the only reason why I'm saying that, I've been in the judicial system and I took responsibility for everything I did, and I wholeheartedly said that. Walk the straight line. Do what's right. God will prevail, and he'll make things right for you. Regardless if bad stuff happens to you, as long as you have a good heart and you do the right thing, you're gonna be all right.
Tax Hakeem, and the thing is like what Hakeem's trying to say is, like I said, we got to take it as black people, especially in the African American, in our African American community. I can see this so much. We got to take ourselves more seriously. We can't be on that goofy stuff. Because we keep doing goofy things, we're going to keep being the laughest top. We're going to keep being the lowest of all races. And, and it's something we're going to be able to do about it.
Urban Noise, you're 100% right. The problem is that since we made excuses for Carlee Russell, we're in the situation we're in right now. We're in a situation where nobody's asking for jail time for her. When we just hear me out, just mentioned Shirley Pimpin, who did 1.5 years and $300,000 in restitution for lying against Hispanic women. YNW Melly needs the death penalty. Praise the Lord.
Is that a death penalty in Florida?
Yeah, we got the death penalty in Florida.
Okay. Just want to make sure. It's a mistrial. Don't mean anything. It's like you're gonna do the retrial again.
He said, just hear me out. Say, I can't believe it was a hung jury. I can't believe it too. Listen, and I asked God for forgiveness. I said, God, you didn't work in my favor in this one. I've been asking if she gets jail time for about 10 days now. And listen, you was right. You called it out. We would listen. You want to know why? Yeah, you called it out. Just hear me out. But I'm gonna tell you something. Just hear me out. You want to know why we were so gun ho on believing her? we're blinded at times by things because we do see things happen. So we're automatically jumping to support, which is a good thing, but it also is a negative thing because you don't know who's the trickster. I love you, Sherry Bryan. I love you, Scott Bryant. I'm going to miss y'all. And Sherry, you and Gorilla Black was looking nice on the beach on by that boat. They looked at, listen, they looked at, listen, y'all looked at like new money. I'm not going to lie, I was a little bit jealous watching that chain hang with the shades. I said, I need some shades like that.
Oh, that's new. That's that new and fresh money right there.
Yeah. I said, I need some chains like that with the Caribbean shirt. Fly. It was fly. It was fly. I might need some pointers on dressing too. Because you didn't want to believe that someone who did that. I just hear me out. It's the point. Versace.
Yeah.
And just hear me out. You're 100% right. Because just hear me out. You understand this. A lot of us here are raised on mob type mentality. Because we connect on certain levels with certain differences, and we're blinded by those at times. Not to focus and hone in on what's real and what's not. I had to relearn myself as soon as I left Miami and noticed that there was a lot of things wasn't the same. I was like, oh man, this stuff I was learning wasn't what actual experiences, what I was out there, whether I was out there learning. I really had a newfound look on life when I left my hometown and met different kinds of people. I'm like, yeah, this might not be right. You know what I'm trying to say? Jordan had a different experience. He grew up in Michigan. I didn't have those experiences that he had, which he has a certain level of cognizance I didn't get until I left Florida. And I left Florida pretty late in age.
That's facts.
You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Because the way you approach things, I couldn't approach them at one point in time. I had to learn and really want to be like, hey, we need to really sit down and think about these things.
Absolutely.
See you Wednesday, Sherry. Hey, wherever you going, you and Scott, Sherry, y'all drive safe and be safe. Please be safe, all right? Yes, I want y'all to be safe. I think I compare it when all these husbands tried to delete their wives. They say that they ran away. We hold out hope that she might come back. But when it comes down, all lies in the story. 100%.
Yeah.
100%. Just like we don't question a woman when a woman say that guy raped me. That guy put his hands on me. Because you want to know why? Mm-hmm. It's been so much that they're not been, but most definitely. It's been so much that women are not believed that now we're just gung-ho on just believing. Because it's been so many instances to say that, hey, she might have been that. Go ahead.
Exactly. And the thing when we hear that, we go to the emotional states. But the thing is, you know, it's like we should never question it. But the thing is, we should ask, if that's the case, Mike, great, we should ask kind of, even though they might not tell the whole story, but kind of tell the story and answer a few questions of how they get to that part and, and everything. I think it's important to men, like I said, especially fathers and everything, to not go to that emotional rage, but just listen to to your daughter, or your niece, whatever, or if anything happened to us, if somebody got raped and everything, just to really tell the story and also ask questions. And if it makes sense, that's when you go for it. But logically, if it doesn't make sense and the story doesn't seem right, you have to ask more questions about that because, rape is a very serious thing. Very serious, extremely serious.
No, definitely. But here's the 100 thing is this. We need to start educating our kids, our young adults on how to conduct themselves and why, if you having an issue, before you think about doing something as stupid what Carlee Russell do, come talk to me. This is why we're going to always say therapy. If she was so much trying to impress this man, or so much trying to get this man attention, or so much trying to sway his opinion about her, That's mental health. To waste thousands of dollars of public money, hours of men and women who went out there searching and looking for her, when we was hoping and praying every night. Churches were having prayer meetings, prayer revivals, saying we need to bring Carlee Russell back home.
Yeah, the thing is like, you know, she's 25 years old, Hakeem. Usually women that young, they want to try to, usually a women around that age, they want to try to impress the man.
You're 100% right.
I mean, a nurse, people like, so come on, nursing student, like I said, she had a good head on her shoulders, yo. It's like, and just to do this is unbelievable. Unbelievable.
And I still say this, that Carlee Russell did not come from a bad home. You feel me?
For two-parent household.
Yeah, two-parent household. The parents look like they'll wed for herself. For God's sake, she went to college, graduated, worked at the hospital. She was on her way to a fine career. And you know, one little mistake, now you want this to go behind you, when people who have lost their family members are wondering, Carlee, why you did that for?
Yeah. And the thing is, that's why me, how Ronnie, it was a hard time for us to believe it's like this could be a host, because you just look at this, like I said, 25 nursing student, you know, got a Mercedes and everything. It's like, you know, it seems like a rare rounded woman, you know, got a good shoulders in her head. And that's why it's like, it was hard for me to believe it was a hoax. And then once the story, you know, day by day stories come out, it's just like, well, come on now. It just showed me, like I say, yo, come on. And like I said, that's just so goofy to me. That's very goofy.
Bruh, my sister just left here with her 2 kids, her 2 newborn babies. I got her location. I get worried. When she leaves and I'm watching her as she gets on the highway on the thing, because you get that, and you do something like this when people who are actively worried about their family members. Like, come on, dude. This stuff is not play. Like people just, you can't be playing around with people like that, man. Like, please, you can't be doing that.
Yeah, absolutely.
Like, go ahead.
No, I'm saying, but it's still not, even though this, you know, this is what happens for us as Couch Square, it's still not going to stop us you know, doing videos, also do live streams of other, you know, Black women or Black teenagers are missing. And, you know, if you feel like the story is right, and the thing is, you know, do our details, make sure the stories are right. We'll talk about it. You know, if she's really missing, if a Black woman or Black teenager is missing, we're definitely going to keep pushing that, you know, on our live streams and as so, because like I said, on the stat, you know, out of all, you know, all the races that, you know, that are kidnapped or used as sex trafficking, Black women are at the highest number out of all races. And it's important, you know, to, you know, report, you know, keep posting about Black women that are missing and everything. And hopefully, you know, we have, you know, not just us, but other Black medias can get, you know, to get up there with the white medias, and also keep pushing like, hey, you know, still a lot of Black women who you know, who get missing. We get missing for months, get missing for years, being sex trafficking, and, you know, and most likely, you know, they will never return home.
Yep.
Rarely will never return home.
And I want us to be very serious about this. You feel me? I want us to be very serious about this. I want us to understand, like, the situation that we're in, you know what I mean? And understand what it means about holding ourselves accountable and being able to be like, yo, like is this for real? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And it's just a sad reality. You know what I'm saying?
I get it.
It's a sad reality.
I get it.
You know.
Any final thoughts before we hit the hard mark again?
Man, I just want us to lead off example. Like, we can't want to hold everybody else accountable and not hold us accountable for goofy stuff that we do. And that's my biggest thing is, you know what I mean? Everybody, we've been on this kick for the last couple months, years to say, hey, hold that Karen accountable, hold that Karen accountable. I said, okay, no problem. If this is what we're doing, then we'll hold her accountable. You feel me?
Yeah.
Yeah.
For me, I know I saw, social media, how a lot of black women put her to accountable and everything, but I need black women to take the next level and go to the extreme. I mean, Hakeem is saying, it's like, hey, you gotta lock her up. If they're acting goofy, lock her up.
Yep.
If he needs to be taken that far, which I think he does, you need to lock her up. Because it's this right there is making, putting a stain on black women. As they see black women as goofy, they like to joke around, they like to do hoax of thinking they're missing. And it's reality, black women are really, really missing out there, and it's an extreme problem in our community.
Mm-hmm.
And then definitely, black women, please, y'all need to address this as quickly as possible. Quickly as possible. But after that said, we want to appreciate you guys watching our show. Appreciate you guys. Shout out to Just Jay. Shout out to Natasha Vincent. Shout out to Just Hear Me Out. Shout out to Sherry Bryant. Shout out to Fresh Sound. Shout out to Urban Noise. Barry White. Shout out to you. Anybody else I'm missing?
Oh, shout outs to everybody watching on Instagram.
Oh, shout out. Who was our Twitch? Our Twitch member who
I need to stop watching YouTube.
But that was another person.
That was
yeah, not that troll, it's somebody else. Let me see if I can find it. Shout out to Main Street, shout out to you. And
listen, shout outs to Barry White, aka
yes.
Happy. Shout outs to Barry White.
Yeah. Well, I can't find a stream member, but shout out to the Twitch stream members, the Twitcher who's watching, because he was like, who he was talking about. Forgot the name. But yeah, guys, want to thank you guys again. Like I said, if you have not done so, please hit the subscribe button. Please hit the like button. And also hit the share button so you can share this, share our videos. And also make sure you hit the notification bell, because we do go live Mondays, Wednesdays, Fridays, 6 o'clock p.m. That's Dope in My Background Noise. That's a helicopter passing by. That's me. So the helicopter just passed by. Ronnie, like I said, he had a little flight delay, from LA to Miami, so he wasn't able to come. But he will be back Wednesday, showing support, showing some love and everything. We'll be back. And also, guys, in the community tab, if you go to the community tab, make sure you get the Chaos Plus Radio T-shirt. And also Hakeem's new book, baby, because we trying to, sell our merch. We're trying to get there. We're trying to, and also, almost to 1,000 subscribers, y'all. Please. That's why support, hit that subscribe button. Once we hit that 1,000 mark, hey, we about to take over, baby. About to take over. Because Chaos Plus Radio, yes, sir. Because Chaos Plus Radio, we about that. But as I said, Chaos Culture Radio.
We out. Peace.
Peace.